Chief Secretary says THA upcoming budget to focus on human capital development. Students participate in first ever primary school plenary debate. A promise to begin construction of the Scarborough Secondary School soon. And the Christmas list gets approval to leave TNT. Good evening, I am Bianna Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, June 6, 2024. Now to our top story. The upcoming THA budget is expected to focus on human capital development, according to Chief Secretary Farley Augustine. The THA's budget is due by the end of June, and while a date is not yet set, Augustine promises it will be geared towards pushing Tobago's development forward. More from Candice Jackson.
While the theme of the THA budget presentation for fiscal 2024-2025 has not yet been determined, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine noted that it will be heavily focused on human capital development.
How in this budget do we unlock the true potential of the Tobagonian? So beyond the drains and roads and bridges and walls, which everybody seems to want, how can we focus on the human capital at Tobago, and what kind of investment can we make in the human capital?
Last year, Augustine, who was also the Secretary of Finance, Trade and the Economy, presented a budget of $3.97 billion under the theme towards smarter, greener, more autonomous Tobago. However, in October, the central government allocated only $2.5 billion. The total request will be revealed during the budget reading.
But as per usual, what we do is we give a good estimate of what we think the national budget will be at. And we keep our requests within the DRC recommendation.
Meanwhile, Augustine stated he has been meeting with several stakeholders around Tobago to garner views on what should be included in the budget.
But they have started. So, for example, and perhaps I should televise more of these public conversations. So, for example, yesterday, for most of the day, I met with TRHA, including the Roxborough Hospital and so on, and look at what is required for our healthcare sector.
According to Section 41 of the THA Act of 1996, the Assembly is required to submit the draft estimates to the Cabinet by the end of June, except in cases of an emergency. After deliberations, the draft estimates will be included in the national appropriation for the next fiscal year, to be read by the Minister of Finance in September or October. The THA is entitled to between 4.03% and 6% of the national budget. However, central government has always met the minimum requirement of the allocation. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
In a historic event, primary school students participated in the first ever primary plenary debate in the THA chamber earlier today. The debate was centered on a critical motion, whether the Executive Council should create a student-based team to examine the impacts of the secondary entrance assessment examination and consider integrating the Montessori method in Tobago's education system. Travisa Phillips has the details.
Acting as Chief Secretary and member for Pallitovere, Lansome and Speyside, Assemblyman Tando George expressed the anxiety shared by 11 to 13-year-olds awaiting the SEA results for exams conducted on March 21st. He emphasized that students, parents, guardians and teachers are hopeful for favorable outcomes. George acknowledged that while the SEA aims to make secondary education accessible, it may have more detrimental effects than benefits.
According to Kevin J. Palmer, and I quote, "The secondary entrance assessment has become one of the biggest nightmares faced by most 8 to 11-year-olds in one of the most critical development phases by their lives. Every year around this time, the publication of the SEA results stirs a discussion on the negative impacts, but continues without major restructuring of the process to transition to secondary school. As students sitting here today, we can attest to the trauma we have been through."
Liam Wheeler, acting as the minority leader and member for Darrell Spring Wim, offered a contrasting perspective. He acknowledged the merits of the Montessori method, such as promoting creativity and independent thinking, but questioned its suitability for Tobago's children. Wheeler argued that structured assessments like the SEA foster discipline and productivity, which are essential qualities for national development.
The SEA is designed to ensure all our nation's children have strong English language skills and a solid knowledge of mathematics, creating a foundation for continued academic education and for contributing to the national development of Trinidad and Tobago.
Wheeler then proposed refining the SEA exam to enhance its strengths, aiming to create an educational environment that nurtures excellence, equity, and opportunity for all children in Trinidad and Tobago. The debate saw active participation from other primary school students, including Kimora Reed, serving as the presiding officer of the House, along with S.J. Rennie, Zaire McMillan, Amir Williams, Kimaya Lewis, Shania Potts, Eleni Woods, Kimani McPherson, Zion Craig, Sienna Rupchan, Micah Moses, Leston Paul, Zion George, Kylie Williams, and Ngozika Nkolo. Travicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
On the eve of his mid-year fiscal review, Finance Minister Colin Imbert received positive news from the IMF, which highlighted Trinidad and Tobago's ongoing economic recovery, making the economy the strongest over a decade. The IMF praised the government's fiscal policies, strong non-energy sector performance, debt management, and green energy initiatives. Key highlights from the IMF report includes a sharp decline in inflation to 0.3% in January 2023 from 8.7% at the end of 2022, a reduction in unemployment to 3.2%, and a 2.4% GDP growth expected for 2024. The non-energy sector, especially manufacturing, is driving economic growth, while the energy sector struggles, contracting by 3.1%. Despite challenges, non-energy manufacturing is poised for a turnaround. The IMF also noted improved financial conditions, stable lending rates, and a sound banking system, though foreign exchange liquidity remains tight. The IMF recommended continued focus on economic recovery, fiscal reforms, and diversification to build a resilient economy. It acknowledged recent legislation efforts to enhance fiscal management and public procurement. The report anticipates economic deficit balancing 2027 with a gradual decline in public debt supported by upcoming energy projects and a shift towards diversified economy. Still to come, Christmas list gets to leave the country, but there are conditions, and later, UTP leader shares thoughts on healthcare. Stay with us.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tobago, we reach the biggest comedy event of 2024, finally in Tobago for one night only at Shaw Park.
My body, and I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, but you haven't been in the mood for the last 6 months. Love is a Walk, which played to sold-out houses across Trinidad, is coming to Tobago for one night only on Saturday, June 8th at 8:30 p.m.
You promised this would be the last time.
Yes, I tell you, it's the last time, I swear.
You sure about that?
Tickets for Love is a Walk available at the Shaw Park Complex daily and at advertised outlets. Check social media for details. Shaw Park, Saturday, June 8th.
Tobago, the date has been set. Saturday, June 22nd, we head to the Jade Monkey once again for the launch of their 2024 Jufi and Mass Band presentation for Tobago Carnival. On Saturday, June 22nd, we gather at the Jade Monkey to get a glimpse of the Jade Monkey Mass presentation for 2024, the Tobago Festival, and also the launch of the Jade Monkey Juve, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
I come from between island.
Get ready for another year of Tobago Carnival with the best band in Tobago, Jade Monkey Mass and the Jade Monkey Juve. So come out on June 22nd as we launch Monkey See, Monkey Do Juve, and for Tobago Mass, the Tobago Festival's presentation, brought to you by the Jade Monkey. This one powered by Carib, Digicel, and Next 99.1 FM, a member of the TTT Limited Media Network. Jade Monkey.
Go down in the center, go down.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Welcome back. Canadian YouTuber Christopher Arthur Hughes, also known as Chris Muslis, has been granted permission to leave the country. However, he must return on June 12th to reappear in court on June 13th. Hughes' attorney Pamela Elder SC requested that he be granted permission to leave the country, stating that the lengthy delays in the criminal justice system were unfavorable to Hughes and other foreign charges with criminal activities. Master of the High Court Margaret Sukraj Goswami accepted the request and agreed to return Hughes' passport and remove any reporting conditions attached to his bail of $100,000. However, she said that he must return to the country next week for his reappearance in court and relodge his passport. Hughes pleaded not guilty to his charge of the sedition. Construction on the new Scarborough Secondary School is expected to begin soon. Responding to the questions from media, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine stated that he was not able to provide a starting date for the construction, but he noted it has to be done soon.
We intend to start within the upcoming fiscal year. For sure, we must start. You see, the thing is, Scarborough Sec has had this problem for a very long time. And every successive THA has been saying, we do have enough money, we do have enough money, we don't have enough money, and just have not been starting.
Intentions to construct new schools have been expressed in every budget for over a decade but never acted upon. Meanwhile, the school continues to deteriorate because of coastal erosion and is at risk of falling into the sea.
I don't want us to wake up one day and Scarborough Sec is no more, because when I look around the Tobago space, we don't have a single building on the island, perhaps except for this one, that we could easily decant the school from and say move into this new facility until a school is built. So we shouldn't wait until it's at a point where the school is completely unusable.
After consultation with stakeholders, lands were identified in Bacalat for the construction of the new Scarborough Secondary School. The political leader of Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, shared their thoughts on the issues of crime plaguing the country, suggesting various methods to improve law enforcement. They also criticized Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines for his claim of having intelligence on gangs. Ariana Scipio has the report.
UTP leader Nkosi Phillips, speaking about the TTPS, said that it was difficult to comment on their efficiency. However, they said that it is clear to all citizens that law enforcement is facing various challenges,
including resource constraints, corruptions, the presence of powerful criminal organizations in Trinidad and Tobago that are used to influence an election at times. And the major one of them is political interference.
Phillips then shared some initiatives that they believe will aid in the country's fight against crime.
Enhancing community policing programs to build more community trust and collaboration between law enforcement and the community. Increase use of intelligence-led policing strategies to target criminal networks and prevent crime before it occurs.
They said that often various ministers of national security boasted the opposition of having the best intelligence.
Saying that we have intelligence and our intelligence sources and we have the best intelligence. We know who the gang members are. There are 125 gang members in this country, and we heard Minister Hines, the Minister of National Security, talk about crime and knowing about the intelligence, and every minute he's always backing them about the intelligence.
The UTP leader claimed that intelligence is being used against the opposition and those who are not aligned with the government and is not being used as intended. They questioned that if Minister Hines had all the intelligence, why did it take a foreigner to bring to the fore various issues involving gangs?
And you have all this intelligence, but yet none of these gang members under the anti-gang bill were arrested from then, since the bill has passed, to now. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Phillips advised that the government should invest in the right technology and training for law enforcement officers to improve their investigative skills. They also suggested strengthening and reforming the judicial system to ensure that criminals are brought to justice, noting that the country's judicial system is in crisis. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, £3 wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday, £2 cube beef, £2 cow heel, £2 chicken foot, £2 pigtail or smoked bone. Special $150 Super Sunday, £3 leg and thigh chicken, £3 sliced pork, £3 lamb slice, £3 cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Welcome back. Pacific Small Island developing states are urging all states to adopt the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty to move away from fossil fuels. Antigua and Barbuda was the first Caribbean nation to sign at the SIDS4 conference. While Trinidad and Tobago's fossil fuel-based economy faces challenges with this transition, Tobago is making small steps to align with the treaty. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
Pacific islands like the Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, and Samoa urgently need the world to reduce fossil fuel use due to rising sea levels threatening their existence. They have signed the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty discussed at the SIDS4 conference. Dr. Savindra Michael of Fiji urged Caribbean islands to join the treaty.
So at this SIDS4, what we really require from us is member states or SIDS is to really align with the fossil fuel-free Pacific language, and that it needs to be explicitly mentioned that there is no space for fossil fuels in the energy matrix of SIDS.
Antigua and Barbuda is the first Caribbean country to sign, but Trinidad and Tobago has not yet done so. Such a transition can be difficult with an economy based on harvesting fossil fuels. Gemma Nelson, diplomatic advisor to Tuvalu on the Fossil Fuel Treaty, explained that it is a concern they know can complicate the change.
Far be it from us to be the group of people who says that you should not exploit certain resources to protect the environment. That is a narrative that doesn't really take into account the valid needs that countries have. As developing countries, you do have a right to develop.
Despite not giving a commitment to the treaty, Minister of Planning and Development Penelope Beckles-Robinson said Trinidad and Tobago is reducing fossil fuel use through renewable energy, innovation and efficiency. THA Chief Secretary Fali Augustine added that Tobago is taking small steps like turning off office lights at night and installing EV charging stations.
And when completed, that project will see Tobago have the highest concentration of EV charging stations per square mile anywhere in the Caribbean, and perhaps within Latin America and the Caribbean.
Additionally, they are increasing their use of solar power.
We are also in the process of evaluating changing our lighting fixtures at recreational grounds to those using solar panels. I mean, we are blessed with more sunshine than we know what to do with.
Augustine lamented that legislation empowering TNTech is hindering their transition to renewable energy, despite global calls for increased use of renewables.
And cheaper for individual households to go green with their energy consumption. We cannot talk environment and environmental sustainability and one still require some license from TNTech in order to use God's sun.
Despite this, Augustine committed to doing what he could to reduce reliance on fossil fuels in Tobago. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
At the Standing Finance Committee on Monday, Minister of Finance Colin Imbert said that the cost of healthcare has increased significantly over the last 20 years, with the Ministry of Health receiving a budget allocation of almost $500 billion. Imbert said it was proving difficult to finance the healthcare sector's purchase of free pharmaceuticals and other free services. He noted that something must be done to decrease the cost. Political leader of the Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips, shared their thoughts on the matter.
Nkosi Phillips said monetizing the healthcare system might be a response to funding challenges and resource constraints faced by the government for the healthcare sector. They shared different ways the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors can be improved.
1. Increase investment in the healthcare infrastructure and resources to improving access and quality of care, firstly to the taxpaying citizens of this country.
Phillips suggested strengthening the regulatory frameworks to ensure the safety of pharmaceuticals on the market.
Implementing healthcare insurance system schemes and other mechanisms to help finance healthcare citizens and make them more affordable for citizens. Promoting preventative healthcare such as public healthcare, education, vaccination programs, and early detection screenings to reduce burden of diseases.
Phillips further proposed collaborating with international organizations and partners to access technical expertise, funding and resources to improve healthcare delivery and pharmaceutical access. They said that a comprehensive and multifaceted approach is needed to address the healthcare system's challenges.
It will require a combination of funding, policy reforms, infrastructural development, and public health care initiatives to achieve better healthcare outcomes for all citizens.
Phillips is of the opinion that visitors to Trinidad and Tobago should pay for healthcare services.
The same way that we as citizens have to travel to America and have to pay, because when the ambulance come, I think the ambulance is about 300 and something US. The same thing when the ambulance have to come, you have to pay for that service, plus you have to pay for treatment, you have to pay to see the doctor. Those things can be implemented to the international and outside market.
Regarding Tobago's healthcare system, they said Secretary of Health Dr. Faith B. Israel is trying but not hard enough. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
The weather report is next. Stay with us.
Need a fresh
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory. Good morning, good morning.
What to expect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met office. Tonight is mostly fair and warm despite the odd isolated shower with a temperature at 27 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow is expected to be mainly sunny, slightly hazy and breezy despite the low chance of the odd isolated shower. A fair but hazy night is expected. Tomorrow's temperature should reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 36 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate with waves near 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise is at 5:39 and sunset at 6:24. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. Chief Secretary says THA upcoming budget to focus on human capital development. Students participate in first ever primary school plenary debate. A promise to begin construction of the Scarborough Secondary School soon. And Chris Muslis gets approval to leave TNT. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.